everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ideally, though.
Ideally, though.
I'm your host, Erica, and with me is my hubby, my bestie, my butter squad.
Yeah. What up?
Hope everybody had a good week going into their weekend,
It's been pretty fucking chaotic, to say the least.
as it was as far as the week.
Yeah, I think so. I think the last week or so has been kind of an uproar. Everybody has been. It's been pretty crazy.
Does it make you want to stay in the house and hide the knives and
I
stuff like
mean,
that?
the
Yeah.
last like 4 years, most I think that's made most people feel that way, or 4 or 5, to be honest. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like the last 4 days has been back to back deaths that I'm just like, okay, calm down. Hold on, 2025. You're doing a lot in the summer.
Yeah, there's been a few that have like surprised me, and then one that I've been mighty
Who cares?
I don't want to say fond of, but there's been a Schadenfreude. I feel.
Well, let's start with the ones that just hit the culture, right? We had what Robbie Pardlo, the one from City High.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
he died. I believe that was the 17th
Hmm.
earlier this week.
Yeah.
I think it was cardiac arrest, if I'm not mistaken. I remember him actually doing a episode of Intervention, and he kind of dived into like I think him having like a drinking addiction, substance abuse,
Mm.
and of course people knew that he dated the girl from City High,
Right.
and then she ended up dating the other guy, the one from Sister Act 2.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was surprising because the crazy thing is, for the last like month or two, I've been listening to City High a lot. Remember, I told you I'm sensitive.
Yeah,
I
right.
be knowing these things. So why would I be listening to City High the last couple months and then all of a sudden something happened? Y'all gonna start listening to me when I say that I might be a like a psychic,
Never.
kind of like, well, like not like a
I
really
know.
good
I'm
one,
kidding.
but maybe the one from like you ever seen that movie Carmen with Beyonce and then Wyclef was Wyclef was the
Like the
psychic.
black community, we hold Carmen as like a stain. So like, why we?
Oh no, no, no. I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
Awful.
I liked the Carmen.
Uh,
Shoot, it had Bow Wow in it.
no, that tracks.
It was
That
good to
tracks that
me.
you would like that.
It was good to me. But yes, like I was surprised that he died. And again, like I said, I had been listening to the music and getting a tray into it in the last couple of months. I was just like, wow, this is nuts.
Yeah, I was surprised by the death, but knowing the prior history, I kind of had a feeling like maybe there might have been something there. I didn't know exactly what it
Yeah, I
was,
don't know
so
if he was still
to hear
maybe
cardiac arrest, I mean, that type of stuff does take a toll on you,
or
on
heart
your
failure. I guess I think that's what I heard.
it
Is
that
that
type of
kind of
stuff
same?
like can take a toll on your cardiovascular system, so that makes sense.
I
You know
think
what I'm
it's
saying?
scary because he's only 46. So I'm just like,
Yeah, of course.
ah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's been
yikes.
happening so much lately with people in their
Yeah.
like 40s and 50s. You're like, dude, you're
I'm like,
still
I'm kind of getting up there. Like, y'all
young.
scaring
Yeah,
me,
that is
you
quite
know.
scary. Quite
Um,
scary indeed.
what, 2 days later, the July 20th, we get Malcolm Jamal-Warner
Yeah, this
from
one's the
Theo from Cosby. I think that hit my heartstrings. I was like, hold on. He looks so good. He has a show going on right now. He's only 54 or
yeah,
was only 54.
yeah. This one's the one that I think impacted uh the world in a different way.
Yeah.
Like all deaths have been, I guess you could
Hmm.
say, kind of impactful in one way, shape, or form. But this one on its own, I felt like we lost an actual family member, someone I grew up with
Theo was our
in a
brother.
way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Theo was like our brother, and that is it's a rough one to handle, man. That one was tough.
You
That
know
one
what
was
some
tough.
people say because you remember he dated Myra from Family Matters,
Mm.
and she died. She had like breast cancer. They're like, oh, well, maybe they'll see each other on the
Meet
other
each other at the
side.
gates.
I just love that.
I mean, I'm okay with yeah. I love the notion of meeting somebody at the gates because I have another statement to make later.
Well, we're just talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Hearing that he drowned, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
They said he was on family vacation in Costa Rica, and sources first said that he was doing a solo swim, like right before sunrise, but come to find out he had his 8-year-old daughter. And
Hmm.
I know that there was a surfer that was able to rescue the daughter,
Hmm.
and then his body washed up on the shores a couple hours later, and a surfer tried to do CPR for 45 minutes, but he was gone by then.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, there were two people who tried to the surfer who did save the daughter, but there was a person who went out after Malcolm and that person ended up in critical condition because they got swept up too.
Oh my God, high
Yeah,
tides
they were going to
occurrence.
try to save him because they saw it happening. And so that other person ended up getting into critical condition. I don't remember the name, or no, actually, it's not even that. They didn't even release the name yet of the individual that tried to save him. But yeah, this one was a real tough loss, and it made me think. It made me think, and then I started talking to myself essentially about it. But it made me think like I hate when dads are out doing dad things and they die. Um, and it made me because like Kobe got in a helicopter to take his daughter to a meet she was going to.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing daddy shit,
Yeah, it's not
just
like
like normal
yeah, it's
daddy
not like
shit.
something happened like
Exactly.
he got shot or
That's
something. It
the
was
that's
like
the stuff
drowning was
that
like
sits with me more when you're
yeah.
like doing daddy shit and tragedy strikes and like I pray for the kids and his wife. Like that is a real rough situation. Family vacation, going to the fucking like meet basketball meet or whatever. Like too many dads out here dying in these different ways, man. It's tough to be careful, and it sucks to say be careful because I
Hmm.
mean you're never promised the next minute, let alone tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's not like
So
he's an old man. He's 54. He has a
yeah,
show that's running right now on Netflix.
yeah,
You know that he's starring in. It's just like
right, right.
what? Come on now.
Yeah, this
And
one hurts.
when Malcolm Jamal Warner died, which is only a couple days ago, it was like, oh shit, death's coming three. Like, what we got next? Now I don't know. You tell me your opinion. With Ozzy Osbourne dying a couple days after that,
Hmm.
at age 76, do we count him as our third?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so too. I mean, he was older. He was already dealing with Parkinson's, I
yeah,
believe,
right.
and other health, other health conditions, medical issues. So honestly, I was like, this is only a matter of time, honestly, with Ozzy Osbourne. But it was so nice to know that he got to reunite weeks ago with Black Sabbath, and he did his last little farewell,
Yeah,
like concert. What is
yeah.
that? Villa Parks in Birmingham. So that was cool.
All aboard the crazy train, bro.
So
All
I was
aboard the
like, wow,
crazy
that's
train.
amazing. I don't think Kelly Osbourne's doing well. The daughter, she said she lost her best friend.
I'd imagine Sharon's not doing real well either. They've been on record for like a number of decades now saying that if whichever one goes first, they have a death pact.
Not your death
They
pact.
do,
I would
apparently.
believe that because he was biting
That's
on
why I say
heads and
I would
bats.
be worried about hearing any news about Sharon coming up soon,
I
and I
think
wouldn't want that. But that's what they've always been on record saying,
was this a '70s death pact? Because it's kind of one thing we get older. You like, you know what?
decades long.
We were saying some crazy shit when we was on some shit.
No, the most recent time they spoke about it was like a year or two ago.
I
So
mean,
like
could
this
she
isn't.
understand him? I feel like I couldn't understand Ozzy Osbourne in 2001.
If they've been talking about it for decades, I know you don't like the thought about it. I get it. That's why you
Let's not
push
do
and you
this.
can push, push, push.
Yeah, let's not
But
do
we
this.
gonna let Ozzy and Sharon do what they do because they've been doing it for decades.
Well,
So
Sharon, I think you have matured as a mother, and you know that you have two kids that you don't need to be doing that with, and grandkids. I think Kelly has a daughter,
well,
so we don't need to be talking about death packs.
I mean,
I'm not
if
dealing
they
with that
talked
with
about it
Ozzy.
for 2 years ago, then I
Where
think
Ozzy going?
they might have already spoken to the kids and everybody else about what their decisions are.
What do you think Ozzy at? He in Little Nicky's universe of Heaven and Hell. You remember when Ozzy was on Little Nicky?
Man, that's funny. Now you have to think about it. That's actually clever. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So them three kind of was like, oh my, and this is all this week
Well, of course, like
as
you
we're
said.
speaking.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we find out that Hulk Hogan passes away at what? He's 70 something,
71, I
71,
believe.
just only a couple years younger than Ozzy. And at work we have this chat, and somebody said, "Oh my God, Hulk Hogan died," and people are like, "Oh my God, that's sad." I was just like, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, not trying to be mean.
Why are you sorry?
I'm saying that because when it comes to people who actually cared about him, I mean family.
Oh, okay.
Like because I know Brooke has a strange relationship with him. She has not been
Yeah, she's
talking
been
to him.
quite estranged for a very long
Yeah,
time.
she just had her baby and stuff. But I always want to give grace to the family who got to know him and say, "Hey, I love that man." But as far as to the royal fuck you, I don't know.
I think it's adorable.
You know,
Like,
I be trying to be
just as
nice,
a
but
side
I
note,
don't fuck with him.
you are a reason. like the primo reason why people should believe completely in heaven because you want to be a good person, and I love that. Me, I'm not gonna apologize for shit. That sack of fucking shit could rest in piss.
Wait, what did you text me though? Like, what did you text me about
I
Iron
essentially,
Sheik?
I was gonna say when I mentioned the gates earlier, I hope Iron Sheik is at the gates waiting on him, and he suplexes him straight into fucking hell.
Not,
That's what
not
I
into hell.
like, right into the shallow realm.
Well, can you talk about this a little bit about like as far as what gave the hate? Because even recently, remember people
Listen,
are booing him.
this is as of recording.
Hmm.
As of recording, he died 10 years to the date of his racist rants over the fact that his daughter was dating a black guy.
Hmm.
And then after a whole decade has gone by of now just information and other wrestlers and many other people coming out about his just racist rhetoric
Mm.
and shit that
I
he
didn't know other wrestlers had said things.
oh, I mean, lots of people. Wrestlers now are on the they're on the content creator bag now.
Hmm.
A lot of them are. So now they're kind of like having their own shows and things. And they've spoken up about shitty wrestlers in the business. Hulk Hogan was one of them.
That's fucking crazy because I mean, aside of that, he definitely put his foot. He did a lot for the wrestling
Yeah, of
community.
course.
So that's crazy that you have people now coming out when they're starting to tell the truth. Because you know how back then it felt like everybody wanted to put like a light blanket over just certain
Yeah,
people
of
who
course.
made a stamp in their certain industry.
Hmm.
And with Hulk Hogan, he's a major wrestler. Like everybody know who Hulk Hogan
Yeah,
is.
of
So
course.
it's just crazy. That's the kind of stain on your legacy, bro.
Yeah, that's the stain on your leg. You're gonna be remembered by what you leave behind, and the fact that you let that rhetoric get out there. I mean, there's just a number. I've been seeing on my personal TL a bunch of different memes and different just articles and screenshots or grabs about different things Hulk Hogan has said over the last just decade. And then I go and listen to other wrestlers who have talked about like their prior
Hmm.
experiences in the 2000s, in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Even some in the 80s who have talked about it,
Wow.
who have been like Bret Hart, for instance,
I
was
love Bret
like,
Hart.
fuck that guy. Andre the Giant told Hulk Hogan to his face he would kill him if he didn't like work with him. He
I
doesn't like
remember
him.
that part because
No,
that was.
but they don't like each other, and he's always said he's a bad person.
Oh wow.
That's the thing, and because Andre the Giant is an immigrant too, so you gotta like kind of he's a racist fuck. So like fuck a Hulkamania and
I
all
think
that
some
other
people
bullshit,
didn't
bro.
even know why there was a hate train with Hulk, so
Mm-mm.
I think it was good for you to like.
And then also, I mean, he jumped on the Trump train early back on his first
Real,
term,
yeah, he did.
long time ago.
And
So
I was like, come on, bro,
you know what I'm
really?
saying?
When it was just like popular to just come out with your racism, but
Look,
hey, here you go.
I'll say this: the only thing I can like and respect, only thing other than his legacy in the
In the
wrestling
wrestling
world,
world.
is the fact that he played uh, Jeezy a lot during the show when he was recording on like Hogan Knows Best or some shit like that.
Man, remember that
Clip.
show?
There was a clip of him getting Jeezy's. I think it might have been his first album, or it might have been the second one.
Well,
And
how does that work?
he puts it on, and it's a good clip. It's an amazing clip, and he's never listened to rap before. You could tell it's like his experience of like listening to hip hop. This is the only reason why I like it. And he's like, "Hey, this Jeezy guy is pretty good."
You sound like him a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
Stiffing
what? You know
shit.
what? It sucks, and I think people don't realize. Brooke, his daughter, had an amazing voice,
Yeah,
and
she was dope.
probably the reason why her career never took off was because of him.
Yes, that's definitely the case.
She had when I say like, oh yeah, you have these nepo babies, yeah, we can, they'll have a little fame. No, I was like, she deserved to
There's
have a great singing career.
there's little like sprinkles of gold in Nepo babies because you got like niggas
Absolutely,
like Jack Quaid and then
yeah.
like Brooke Hogan and you know
These
what I'm
are
saying?
a
The
great,
sprinkles.
yeah, like
Yeah, they're
they're
greatness.
gonna they're trying to make their own right,
Yeah,
and I just hate that her career got overshadowed by her
it
dad's
definitely
fucking
did.
stupidity and racism,
It
and
definitely did.
yeah.
I mean, hey, there it is. I mean, rest in peace, bro. I don't. May he rest in shit.
I get to, a lot of black people, they was like, y'all, Y'all really sad about Hulk Hogan dying or what? I'm like,
What?
hell no.
I saw
At
some
work,
foul shit.
there's a lot of white people in my little chat, so they were like, Hulk Hogan. I'm like, and who gives a fuck? I don't care.
Yeah, I did not.
And the way that man was making fun of his ex-wife while she was like kind of like crying online a couple
Oh, was
months
yeah, I
ago.
do remember
Remember? I was
that.
like, this is my thing. When
Ay,
you know
ay,
you've
ay.
been married to someone since like the 70s, you have kids with them. I feel like there should be some kind of level of respect.
Yeah.
You hate that lady that much and you in your 70s? Y'all ain't been married for 20 years.
Man,
Come
I
on
mean,
now.
he's a hateful nigga. He might probably just had that
Wow.
hate in his heart, and now
Somebody snatched that damn do-rag off his head while he laying there.
somebody German suplex that nigga straight to hell. That's what
Jesus
happened.
Christ. It's scary now because as I get older, like you've said in the past, like we have this like mindset when we're young, like, oh, we're gonna live forever.
Immortality syndrome.
And then now as I'm like in my 30s, I'm like, I'm scared because it's like people who are in their 20s dying, in their 30s dying, people who are in their 40s. I'm like, 40s not that far away from me. 50s that's not that far away from me.
Yeah,
God, if God like willing, I
yeah,
can make it there. Like I, I
I get that.
want to
I
be here for a while.
I think one thing um that Malcolm Jamal Warner said that really did stick with me, and it made its rotations around. But he said if you can't, he says there's always a reason to smile,
Mhm.
always a reason, even in the darkest of days. And if you can't find a reason to smile, be the reason. I don't fear it because I've done my shit.
I think
You know what I mean?
I've always been fearful of death. I'm not like white knuckling it as
Hmm.
much as I felt like I did when I first learned about death as a kid,
Hmm.
because it used to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But like with having kids, I just want to be here long enough to like to for them to be able to let me go, and they be like, I got it. Because like when my mom died, I'm 15 going on 16,
Yes.
and when you think about all the things that she doesn't get to be here for, like me
Yeah.
having kids and me getting married and
Yeah.
stuff like that, I want to be there for them, and I know she would have wanted to be there for them as well. So like my prayer is always to be here long enough to see them grow up and help them with just milestones, and
That's
be a
fair.
grandma if I can and things like that.
Yeah.
And when you talk about like always find a reason to smile, it's just so crazy when you I don't know if you ever run across people who just you've never seen them smile or have a smile on their face, and you're just like, what is really wrong? Because honestly, I could smile without even really not say being happy, but like things make me smile all the time. I remember I was just in a group chat with like my aunts and uncles, and my uncle was talking about being in the hospital, and he was like, there was this nurse who's just always just had a stank ass attitude, just never smiled, never seen this lady smile. And I'm thinking like you could be a reason why someone gets through their day because
Yeah.
like people go through hell in the hospital,
Mhm.
just like I talked about to you the other day about like this lady yelling at me at work, and I was like, nope, I'm not even gonna give in to that. I'm gonna make her day because yeah, I'm gonna be mad for like 2 minutes. I'm about to get off of work.
Yeah.
This actually might stick with her longer. Let me
Yeah.
just give her experience and see if I can turn this around.
Yeah.
So I
Being
understand that. Like I'm all about living my life to the fullest. Um, I just want to be here for my kids and stuff like that, and
I
I want to
respect it.
leave something. I want to leave a little legacy
I,
of
re-
my
I
own.
respect that. I respect that. Internally, when it comes down to it, I think everybody feels a mixture of exactly what we both said in both ways. There's
Hmm.
a yin and yang to the life and the balance of it all there. Um, I can only hope that the three people we spoke about in the beginning end up in the right place,
I know.
and the fourth one.
He probably gonna be where you gonna be
I mean, if
at.
that's the case, I can fight, so I'll be fine down
Being
there.
hell fighting. No, you know what I think about? I'm starting to listen to like the elders talk. You're like, well, I'm starting to remember what the elders say and things like that. Like they have people dying around them, and now I'm getting older and I'm seeing like great people leave this earth. I'm just like thinking, and I've said this to you before. It's like coming to a party late, people are leaving. And you're like, damn, what does that party on the other side look like? So that actually gives
Yeah.
me a little hope and doesn't scare me as much because I'm like, it's not like I'm gonna go through something that no one else is gonna go
Yeah,
through.
we all end up at the same finish line.
Yeah, it's just scary not knowing what's on the other side.
Yeah.
Truly, 100%.
Right.
We all have faith, or some people have faith that there is something beyond, death.
Yeah.
Um, Sad that some people don't believe that. I'm like, then nothing is your fantasy. Like that's it. I
Yeah,
don't
man.
believe that's it. But just to be reunited with just like people that you're like, whoa, like
Yeah.
that we're going too soon will be nice. You
I
know,
get that. There's a comfort in that. There's a
yeah.
comfort in that.
Well, I know you had some things you wanted to talk about. All I really had was those deaths. I mean, that took me out this week. I said, God damn.
Yeah, it was a lot this week. I mentioned earlier in the pod that this week has been chaotic.
Hmm.
Deaths aside, the Trump administration
Here come this bitch.
is still not releasing any of the Epstein file stuff, and now we've gotten over the last week. It's been day by day, just news update, news breaking, news update after news update.
Hmm.
So it turns out that in May of this year, that the DOJ, the Department of Justice, actually informed Trump that his name shows up
Yeah,
in the Epstein files
multiple times.
a bunch, like a
He
lot.
probably was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, yeah, and it's been very interesting to see, like how there's been so much deflection
That's why, right?
going
Because once
on.
we found out that he was told about this all made sense.
Yes,
Like AI with Obama being arrested for treason and saying he
yes.
should be arrested. I'm like, you shut up about my friend.
Obama being arrested for treason because of the fact that I guess Russian collusion in the 2016
Always some bullshit.
and elections, and we know it's all fucking bullshit. We know he's trying to pull the smoke and mirrors. Uh, Trump went on this platform and denounced MAGA again, basically saying if you continue to talk about the Epstein stuff, you're
You're
stupid
not
like
my
you did
friend.
before. You're not my friend. My real friends don't talk about this. Like real friends, like quote unquote,
Yeah.
don't talk about these things. Uh, and then we got the Martin Luther King Jr. files declassified out of nowhere. So who asked for that? First
No one
off,
asked for that, and I think his like daughter said something like,
yeah, even the
"But we
estate,
need the Epstein files though."
yeah, even the estate reached out, was like, yeah, but what's up with those estates?
Yeah, like what the what are we talking
When the
about?
Martin Luther King estate is like, oh, thanks, that's cool. We got our stuff handled. Hey, what about the Epstein
Yeah, come
files?
on now, like, and I've been waiting. I'm waiting.
Craziness. So there was the release of that information. And then Trump does a direct attack on um, the Washington football team or Commanders or whatever the fuck they're called, attempting to get them to change their name back to the Redskins.
Why? What are we doing?
It's distraction, 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 distraction. Flood the media
Guess what? I
airways.
got a vein disease.
Right,
It's just like,
right,
okay,
exactly.
I don't care. Where are the motherfucking files, bro?
So even more so, we get a letter from the Wall Street Journal, essentially, basically stating that Trump wrote to Epstein a lot. There was a letter that was talking about, it was a birthday card that was
Yeah.
discussed, essentially, basically stating like how much of an enigma, in Trump's words, how much of an enigma Jeffrey Epstein was, and how they have so much in common, and how much they love the finer and the younger things in life. It's some real nasty, grody shit that we've seen
I've
so
also
far.
heard about the whatever department does the whole human trafficking
Mm,
that they just like fired a whole bunch of them, and so like the people who are supposed to protect children
right, yeah.
and people from getting trafficking is just
Yeah.
getting wiped the fuck out.
Yes. Yes, you are right. There is also the level of cover up that is happening with the entire administration as a whole. Like we have uh the head of the FBI and the head of I believe it's the Secretary of Defense and the head of CIA all backing down essentially, and saying they ran on the campaign of releasing the Epstein files. They've been on podcasts over the last few months, basically saying the Epstein files are on my desk and we're going through them and we're going to release them soon and things of that nature.
So y'all
All to
can.
back down now. All to back down now.
Mm.
And it's interesting. Pam Bondi, who is normally always on stage talking about President Trump and what he's going to do and what he means
Mm-hmm.
and how things are fake news and this and that and the other, has all of a sudden now come up with a mysterious medical condition, and she has not been on the
Yeah,
press floor at all in like 2 or 3 days.
there's a Holt.
There was a hold on
No
the.
one talk.
Oh my God! There was they closed down Congress to keep the.
Yeah, early
They closed it down early to keep the vote
for
from
voting.
happening.
Yeah.
Like the amount of hey, don't look at that, or don't look over there, or what's that over there, and stop it, and what do
And
you?
start running. Hey, what's that? Grab
Yeah.
the files. Start running.
Stuffing in his jacket, running off and shit.
And the papers are flying out because he's an idiot.
Yeah, like this is craziness to me. The amount of like
This is a joke.
yeah, it feels like a reality TV show more and
I
more
feel
and
like
more.
this country is becoming a joke.
It
Like
is
you got
absolutely.
like
We're past that now.
those who voted for Trump and who claim they're MAGA. Like, do you guys know he thinks you guys are stupid? Like,
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Like,
he definitely
what do
does. I
you have
mean,
to say about this?
the man is on his own platform denouncing you. It's gotten so bad. I'll tell you this. It's gotten so bad now, and we're all noticing the cover up. Everybody is has their eyes open to everything, right? That the Do you remember the MAGA shaman? He's the guy with the horns and the painted
Yeah,
face
yeah.
and all that. He tweeted out, "Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck this guy." He got a pardon from him. Remember,
That's
he was
what I
in
was gonna
federal
say.
prison.
Yeah,
So like
I was wondering about that guy
all
too.
these people who have been gung ho for 8 years at this point, or whatever the fuck, right, about the MAGA situation, all of them are getting shit on
This
by their own
it's
president.
it's a little too goddamn late
It
for this.
is.
You guys put him in office.
Oh, way too late. Way too late. And there's scary stuff that's happening. The good news is this. In the midst of all this Epstein stuff, they did have a committee meeting that met after the voting in Congress got shut down that already had pre-planned to make votes.
Hmm.
Apparently those votes passed, and 3 Republicans actually did put yay instead of nay. 2 actually did put nay. They got all the Democrats to say yeah, so it was an 8-over-2 vote.
Okay.
So it is looking like they're going to release over 100,000 pages worth of
Wait, hold
information.
on. Why is it that many damn pages?
That's scary. I know. That's what I thought when I saw that. I said, wait, that
Dang,
doesn't.
what's going
That
on the island?
100,000? What is happening? Yeah, what's happening
Do
on that
we
fucking
believe
island?
he killed himself?
No,
Then who did
Epstein
it?
did not kill
Then
himself,
who did
dog.
it?
No way.
Who did it?
Somebody, oh, the government. The
The
government. Trump did it.
government.
Trump did it. For sure. For sure. His administration, his people,
He said,
his
"Listen,
little.
I did some wild stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't need you talking, bitch." Because you know him. Oh, he's Enigma, but he also is someone you like. I really don't know which way the wind. You trying to get off? I don't know
Yeah.
which way the wind you gonna blow.
Yeah. That's that's what's so interesting about
That's
this conversation.
scary.
Because Jeffrey Epstein's cohort in all of it is Ghislaine Maxwell.
She's in jail right now,
She's
or
in jail right
prison.
now, but she's on the way to have an interview with the DOJ at this moment in time. And her brother has gone on record saying she fears for her life going to talk about it because, again, if anybody else knows anything about the Epstein stuff, it's also her.
Oh yes, she was a madam.
And why isn't she dead? Or why is she still in jail if there's no Epstein files at all in the first place, right? If there's no Epstein files, why is she in jail? Why did we imprison the woman
Yeah,
for no reason? She knows something.
she knows a lot, but she needs to stay in jail. I don't care what you tell.
Now,
You need to serve your time.
it's 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 gonna be weird because there's a way that they can play this.
Sicko.
A lot of the time, she can go in and they can give her a deal and basically say that Trump's name isn't in it and all of it was made up and everything was Jeffrey, and she was even
She probably already
dragged
had her
into it,
interview.
right? Like a plea deal type of situation, which could possibly be the thing. As we're talking right now, she is currently in the midst of this interview, so we'll see what happens in the next few days.
She fall and hit her head. We don't know what happened. Something happened. The food got poisoned.
So something, man. For real, check for oleander or anything of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. If even if she did something to her, I wouldn't believe. No
I
one would
wouldn't
believe
believe
it.
it. No
No
one
one
would.
would believe it.
It's too much going
So
on now.
yeah, she needs to be on suicide watch, but y'all don't have her on that probably.
It's
Mm,
it's I'm really scared, but I'm really interested to see where this is going to
I ain't
go.
scared.
I can't. Well, I'm only scared at the fact that how ballsy is this administration going to be? Are they going to go ahead and unalive Ghislaine as well? You know what I'm saying? As we all think that they did to
Can
Jeffrey.
we ever have it where the truth shall set you free, and we actually can get? I've never seen them take a president out. Can we actually like see him get like legit
Removed. Like, yeah.
impeached, like where you're out of office?
I my final thing, I guess I'll say on the Trump situation.
Hmm.
I sat back and I was watching uh the Franco show basically go over a lot of the Epstein stuff a couple of days ago, and it made me think like I feel like the country right now at this moment in time is in the midst of it's very similar and it runs parallel to the era right after the Civil War, known as like Reconstruction,
Mm.
where like all government basically was in a flux. Everything was just like in the air, and people are basically trying to like put shit together. Everything is a ruckus right now in our whole government system, right?
Yeah.
Everything's in the air, and it feels very Reconstruction like. And we have, as the public, we have to change the tide of where we're going to go because the way Reconstruction worked had the creation of like the KKK
Hmm.
as like a police force and things. We had black congressmen and shit early on in during that time, and shit was Black Wall Street and shit like that. Right? We're in the midst of that same type of flux right now. And I feel we could come out of it very powerful if we do it as a united front, as the public that all sees the pure bullshit that's out there in front of us right now, the wool that they're trying to pull over our eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If we stand tall and we come together and we really try to remove those people and put the right people in those places, this reconstruction like phase that we're in could really see us move into being the biggest power like we once were on the entire planet
Yeah.
as like a country as a whole. And I think we would all benefit globally from that as a change.
I think we just want to see the world crash. Human nature.
Some people do want to see the world just burn.
We
That's
just
that's a
never
fact.
see where it's just so lovely, and we're having such a good time.
Nobody shoots for utopia.
No one ever shoots for utopia. It's always got to look like, or if it's utopia, it's not really right. It gives the whole Demolition Man vibes where it looks pretty, but then there's a rebellion
Yeah,
that's
I guess
in
that's
the
fair.
background going
You
on.
got it right this time. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
You know, I had to think about it while I was talking because you know that's my show, that's my movie.
Renaissance man.
Yeah, you know that one too, because that one had Danny DeVito in it.
Oh, it's good. I also had a question for you. Did you get the chance to check out the um Hunter Biden interview?
No,
No? All right, look.
what he trying to tell? He clean now or what?
Yo, he's been clean for a while now. He's been clean for a while
Says
now.
who?
Well, he has been clean for a while now. I know all the like that interview was 3 hours, 3.5 hours, and I watched all 3.5 hours,
Damn.
and I gotta say he is one of the most like normal individuals. Like, yeah, his dad is a politician and shit, but he is super normal, and
I
we all
love that.
know because of the fact that I mean, the nigga was doing coke and crack, and
Yeah, you
he's
got to
been at the
take a
bottom, so
little edge off.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
you definitely get humanized by your
yeah, he was very
experiences.
humanized in that entire interview. It was very, very, very good.
Who interviewed him?
Andrew Callahan from Channel 5.
Okay.
It's the all gas no brakes guy from back in the day, but now he has Channel 5 and it's huge. He does a lot of like it's news for millennials down.
Is this Fox?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. It's called Channel 5.
Okay, because I was like, Channel 5 here be
Channel 5 and
Fox
Andrew. The
News.
fact that you haven't seen it means you're like showing age right
I'm like, what?
now. Yo, no, Channel 5 is where it's at. Yo, pick up.
Oh,
Um,
damn. Well,
he interviewed Hunter Biden, and it was very much a eye-opening interview. He discussed Trump, the politics about and everything about the laptop. There was not even an actual laptop. Like all the things we
mm,
heard, he was like, there was never a laptop. They just had access to all of my digital footprint. So then they just put out my stuff. They
yeah.
just put it all out there, and he was like, yes, all the stuff that you did see is real. Like I was out there, with
Wilding.
hoes, and
Yeah,
I
I
was
know
out there
that's right.
wilding and having a good time and all this other
I love
bullshit.
people on coke. They have the
He was
best
like
time.
lost a wife over it, did all this other shit. Like he's like been at the bottom. What really made it interesting to me after watching it is when I was looking at the comments, everybody was like, we need people like this in office.
People don't want. They say that, but people want clean cut, no flaws. That's what everybody seems to. They say they want humans, but they don't.
And it's,
They
yeah,
don't
exactly.
because they want to expose all your flaws and then point
Yeah,
fingers.
but if
Do
you have
you?
somebody who's already completely flawed and we know it all, it's like doing the 8 Mile,
I
right?
think we either do one or the other. We know you are flawed, and we're like, oh, let's go this way, and then you get Trump. But no, it's like the worst flaws.
Mm.
That they don't acknowledge or they're not taking accountability. That's what y'all got. Like, yeah, I want someone human. It's okay. He likes whores and things like that. No,
Yeah,
he's actually a bad person,
yeah,
and y'all thought y'all really ate
yeah,
when y'all voted for Trump,
yeah,
and y'all
yeah,
didn't.
yeah. That is a fair thing because like Trump. The thing about Hunter Biden, and I think when it looks at the when I was looking at the comments, it was like I can respect him or Hunter Biden because of the fact that he's open about his deviancy
Hmm.
and he's human and he's doing better and he's trying to do and the everything
Everybody
he was
loves
speaking about felt very much like as
a
a
redemption
normal
story.
average person. It was just like, yeah, exactly, a average redemption story. Like he's just a regular dude, and we need more of those people who just stand on the same side as we do on our fence. You
I
know what I mean?
think also what just is great, even just for his family in general, having that interview. I'm pretty sure that with all the scrutiny that his dad had to go through, with your son is this and your son is that, it probably just in their little corner of the world made him feel good that, hey, dad, I'm, because Trump's going, or not Trump, Biden's going through his own medical issues.
Yeah,
I
cancer.
think it's just great that he can probably leave this earth knowing that, you know what, my son is outstanding.
Yeah, he
And
cleaned himself
yeah, he
up.
cleaned himself up, and that's
Yeah,
all that matters is what your family and the
yeah.
people you love
Mm-hmm.
think about you.
Yeah, he did speak to basically that actually because he's a painter now, and he's like, I paint for me, I paint
Oh,
for my
damn starving
family,
artist.
I paint because it brings me peace.
Hmm.
I do it because and he like gives away to charities and things of that
I have a
nature.
question. I'm not trying to like downplay him, but why all the addicts or the recovery addicts always in? They always be art painters.
I don't know what that
What's
is.
that about?
Maybe
Oh,
you
starving
do
artists.
you do enough drugs and you see some crazy shit and you need to put the crazy shit you see into canvas
It's
so
like trying
other
to be
people can see the
all
crazy shit.
Basquiat and shit. Like I'm like, what's up with y'all?
Yeah, that is true. All of them are usually
But
that.
it's good. You're finding an outlet.
Yeah, and I mean he's married now and he's incredibly happy. He's
That's so
like doing
good.
so much better. He's his kids and things of that nature are back in his life. Like he was
Mhm.
estranged from everybody before.
You have to get
And
yourself clean before you can really
and he really is doing so
are
much better.
deserving of others' love.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, he really is doing so much better. There was a lot of really good just pure real deal like this is what the American dream is truly about. Like he is a version of picking yourself up by your bootstraps, getting it together and still bringing it back to the community as a whole. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because
That's what I
sometimes
got from it.
I feel like when you're like a trust fund baby sometimes and things like that, and you're rebellious,
Yeah.
some people don't redeem themselves. So
Yeah.
it's good to be like, my dad's still somewhat in the spotlight. He just was president, and I can come out not even that long ago and be like, you know what, I learned a lot from
Yeah.
my experiences and also my dad being president, and I know it was not easy for him to have to
Deal with a
deal
liability
with,
like
yeah,
me.
you were a liability to your
Yeah.
dad. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure your dad handled that gracefully.
Yeah, it was good. I would encourage anybody who actually looked at or watches Channel 5, or if you haven't heard of the interview or whatever, to check it out in general because it was definitely like an eye opening thing. The only thing I did not like, and it was, I mean, I get it because I mean you got to make your buckets or your ducats and all that shit, right? Um, they have an Epstein conversation with Hunter Biden that's like also an extra like hour and a half or some shit,
Hmm.
all about the case, what he knows, all this other intel and stuff, but it's behind the Patreon paywall. And I'm like, fuck. So
He's a
guess I won't get that.
well, he might be like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't, I forgot most of
There was a
it.
there was a clip. He was like, "Dude, I know some shit, but I don't want to get in trouble." And then it was like it cut off. So
Dang.
I would love to know what's going on with that. I'm interested, but yeah, the Hunter Biden interview was very insightful and definitely worth the watch.
Okay.
There was another interview that happened this week, and it made another rile in the politics world that I wanted to see if you heard about. Did you hear about the Nelk Boys? Do you know who the Nelk Boys are anyway?
Who? What's their names?
The Nelk Boys.
No,
Okay,
I
that
don't know.
answers my question.
Knuckle you booked. I don't know
The
these.
Nelk Boys is it's a like younger, I guess you could say Gen Z kind of group of kids. They're very frat bro, very much I would say Jersey Shore-ish, like, you know what I'm saying. But
Okay.
they're younger. They got a pretty big podcast. They were known early on YouTube as pranksters,
Okay.
big prankster channel, and now they've gone very much on the right wing MAGA grift thing, and they've been there for a while. They had an interview during Trump's first presidency. They've done a
Epitome
bunch
of
of
some pick me ass bitches.
yeah, they've done interviews with like the likes of Sneeko and Fresh and Fit, and niggas that we don't really fuck with
Yeah,
around
that makes
these parts.
sense.
You feel me? They had a war criminal on their podcast a couple days ago by the name of Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel.
Oh
On
wow,
Yeah,
how they twerk that one?
and I mean, they reached out to their homie Big Trump, and Big Trump told him to come onto the podcast because
There was another
again,
distraction.
a nut. I was just about to
I'm
go
just
ahead and
saying. Yes, I'll do it.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
another.
What
It
you
was
need?
just used as another distraction because again, these files aren't being released. But he went on to their podcast, the Nelk Boys podcast, and it was a complete and utter disaster. Now, the interview goes as you would expect, right? Where they're definitely handed a questionnaire of fielded questions beforehand, right? This is what you're going to talk about. This is what you can ask. This is what you can't ask, right? You can already tell in the interview. I think the worst thing about it is uh, they aren't taking accountability for having a person like Netanyahu on, and even at that, they went even further to exclaim that they would have anybody on. So the thing is that they've been getting a lot of backlash. I think the last time I looked at the dislikes to like ratio
Hmm.
and things of that nature, it was like 175,000 dislikes to like 28,000 likes.
Damn.
Every other comment was like, "How dare you have a war criminal on here? You know what's going on. There are people starving in Gaza.
Yeah.
Why would you?" This is the most egregious thing is this. They asked Netanyahu, excuse me, the question of what's your favorite fast food out here? And
Fast
it's
food.
fast food, yeah. And he said Burger King. And one of them goes, "Oh, that's your worst take here yet." Mind you, they've had conversations about like Hamas
Yeah.
and like Palestinians
Like
and all this.
what the
And
fuck is wrong with you guys?
yeah, these guys are just complete and utter Neanderthals. There's a reason why you're supposed to be prepared for these types of things. And you got to understand when somebody is clearly manipulating you to gain good favor or get in the good eyes of like a certain type of crowd,
Hmm.
right? We already know. See, this is the reason the Nelk Boys and niggas like Andrew Schultz and shit like that and those crews are the reason why we have the president we have. So letting somebody who's a complete and utter war criminal onto your couch, doing the same actions that President Trump did, you're doing the same type of damage.
Yeah.
And you're not taking any kind of accountability for it. These guys went on record saying, hey, they would have Bin Laden on. They would
You
have
think this is a game?
the H word on, yeah, that guy on. So like these are the people who aren't taking like life or
They
any of the
couldn't.
shit
Are they blonde
serious.
hair, blue eyed? He would never
Oh
be
yeah,
on there.
oh yeah, oh
He
yeah.
would never be on there.
They definitely of the white complexion. White, the cool white
I don't know.
complexion.
See that there's a reason why I don't know them. I don't have that shit on my
Right,
timeline. I don't got
right.
time for white boys gonna do what the white boys gonna do, and
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
but there was a lot of outrage. I stand with the outrage. I think it's some real ignorant shit to go in and have
Because the
somebody
white
like that on your.
experience is that
Yeah,
everything's cool. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
yeah.
the world is not on
We
fire.
can
We're
move
having a
past that
great
already,
time,
type
right?
shit.
And this is a thing that they always like to say too. Like, that happened so long ago. Like, that
Yeah,
was your ancestor. That wasn't you.
yeah. Right.
The You would know.
Mm,
You
mm,
would know
mm.
because you don't have nothing to worry about,
God.
right? Your life is shiny.
Yeah. They got the complexion for the corrections. So that's all that does.
I know that's right.
That's all that does. I didn't like it. I'm glad they're getting a lot of the hate that they are getting. I'm happy with it, and I stand with the audience in saying that you guys are ignorant, and that should have never been done in
Yeah.
the first place. Netanyahu doesn't need a stage or a platform to speak his rhetoric on. He is an international criminal.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing?
International criminal.
Are
So
you doing? Because I ain't part of that.
yeah. Um, and I had one more bit of news.
Okay, what
Just one
happened?
more. Stop killing games on my side of the fence. The Stop Killing Games
Mhm.
movement I brought up maybe a couple of weeks ago, a couple of pods ago. If you haven't watched, check it out. But we made our signatures on both ends of the platform. So the EU signatures got made. It was over 1.4 million
Oh
signatures.
damn.
And the UK signatures went up to I believe 750,000, and all they needed was 500,000.
That's so good.
So that's awesome, right? It's great. That means it has its straight shot towards the chance to get into legislature somewhere in the EU, which could change things for us globally. That's amazing. The thing being is that it's coming down. It's coming under a lot of attack from a lot of big major publisher companies and things of that nature, Ubisoft and EA and all these other people, right? But we also have a anonymous person who has been sending complaints to uh, to the Commission in the EU rather, where they're trying to get the person who started the movement essentially arrested as like an international criminal of
Get.
all things.
Come on, we got too much going on.
This man, the claims are basically saying that Ross, the creator of the Stop Killing Games movement,
Mhm.
has been not isn't a volunteer but an actual sponsor. I guess the way it works is that if there is a petition or a movement that's happening in the EU, you can be a sponsor. If you are a sponsor, you are giving either money or you're signing off actual paid time. The thing being is that there's been doctored records and doctored numbers and all types of data that has been actually doctored up and sent in, and we don't know who it's sent from, but it's causing some traction inside of the EU thing. So we're trying to get the word out to get
That's Trump.
things stopped. Man, I wouldn't hold nobody past nothing, nigga,
Hey,
for
guess what's
real,
going on?
for real at this point. But we really need to keep fighting. This changes the landscape for a lot of things. If you would like to own the music on your phone because you downloaded it and you pay monthly on iTunes, this movement for Stop Killing Games can change that.
You know what's
It's
so crazy? And I just want to just kind of put my little 2 cents in. You think about like Apple having an Apple phone. Why are we paying for Apple Music when I own the Apple product?
right.
I hate stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it's the microservices
It's
thing of it
so
all.
annoying.
I'm paying for these things. Why do I not own these things? And
Yeah.
it does ring a lot of bells. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, hey, I'm starting to realize that I'm not good with not owning anything. They're on record. So many CEOs, especially in the digital media landscape, have gone on record saying, get used to not owning your stuff.
Wow.
If you're sick of going on Netflix or whatever streaming platform you want, or you're viewing and going, where's my show? Why'd they take it off? You know what I'm saying? Why'd they remove it? I should be able to watch it here. That I'm paying for the service and it was just here. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff it could stop. Stop Killing Games is a movement that's just not about video games. It's about legacy in your currency and where you put your
Oh
money.
yeah, it's gonna translate to other.
It translates
Yeah.
everywhere. So it's really important to continue with the fight. You could still reach out to any of the commissioners and things of that nature outside of the United States because we're here. If you are, continue to reach out, continue to send emails, phone them just as much as we would phone our like congressmen or senators and shit like that, and get the word spread out because this can change the landscape and you will be back to owning your things.
Email's going crazy.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
fact that I can't like give my Steam library to my kids is crazy.
Yeah, it's like no, that's yours.
I
That's it.
spent all
It's
that
just like when
money.
you go to a restaurant, y'all can't share.
Yeah.
Y'all can't share that dessert.
That's your fry. You can't
Yeah.
give your fry to her.
Bitch, y'all pay for this. I do what I want.
Yeah, that's basically it. So,
Well, do you have any last words of wisdom before we head out for this weekend?
nah, man, I'm good, yo. Have
Okay.
a good weekend, yeah.
Well, remember, you guys, we do drop our new episodes every Friday on all streaming platforms, and we're on YouTube at Ideally Though Pod. So, like, subscribe, hit the bell button,
Share them shits.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Yeah.